Man, they don't want y'all to have ice cream no more.
Modern and retro gaming and new here on Mode.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy MikeOfAllTrades, coming at you today with a video about something that I didn't even think I'd be talking about, at least this stage in 2022, this early. First things first, like you see, make sure you smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel if you're not, and turn those notifications as we make our way to 2K. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, y'all know me. I do everything. Play arcades, play retro games, play modern games. I play all the systems because that's what I do. I'm about that gaming life, right? So imagine my shock and surprise when I wake up this morning and see an article on Twitter stating that Microsoft has purchased Activision Blizzard. And I'm like, nah, it's not real. I'm thinking like, like everybody else, you're pulling my leg. Like it's a joke. Well, it's not real until you see it on the Wall Street Journal. And so, Microsoft to buy Activision Blizzard in an all-cash deal valued at $75 billion. And Bobby Kotick is getting kicked out. So, there's that. You know what I mean? Essentially, I'm saying Activision at its net worth right now is worth about almost $70 billion. For those who don't know, PlayStation's only worth about $45 billion. So, and I think Nintendo's only worth $61 billion. So pretty much, Microsoft purchased a Nintendo. They put it on the wood and was like, here. I'm saying the deal's valued at $68.7 billion after adjusting for Activision's net cash. From what I understand in this, Bobby Kotick, he's getting paid under the table, like the dismissal thing of like $400 million. You know what I mean? Microsoft themselves put out a thing welcoming the incredible teams and legendary franchises of Activision Blizzard to Microsoft Gaming. The creators of Call of Duty, Warcraft, Candy Crush, Tony Hawk, Diablo, Overwatch, Spyro, Hearthstone, Guitar Hero, Crash Bandicoot, StarCraft, and more join Team Xbox. Over many decades, the studios and teams that make up Activision Blizzard have earned vast wellsprings of joy and respect from billions of people all over the world. We're incredibly excited to have the chance to work with amazing, talented, dedicated people across Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, Beenox, which for those who don't know, Beenox used to make like Spider-Man games and whatnot, Demonware, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, who did like a lot of Transformer stuff, Infinity War, that's your Call of Duty, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, Raven Software. Raven Software did a bunch of the Ultimate Alliance games, Sledgehammer Games, who also do Call of Duty, Toys for Bob's, Treyarch, and every team across Activision Blizzard. Until this transaction closes, Activision Blizzard and Microsoft Game will continue to operate independently. Once the deal is complete, the Activision Blizzard business will report to me, CEO of Microsoft Game. So this was put out by Phil Spencer, right? And so, there's a hierarchy, and that's kind of what they do. And so everybody, once this acquisition is completed in full, Bobby Kotick's out, and everybody's going to report to Phil Spencer. Upon close, we will offer as many Activision Blizzard games as we can within Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass, both new titles and games from Activision Blizzard's incredible catalog. We also announced today that Game Pass now has more than 25 million subscribers. As always, we look forward to continuing to add more value and great games to Game Pass. So it's similar to the Bethesda thing where, and at least this is the way it's being explained, that they're going to honor all their prior agreements, and then when it's complete, everything's coming to Game Pass and PC. Like I think Deathloop was the last game for Bethesda that was going PlayStation. People might not see this as a big deal, and they might not see it as a big blow, but honestly, it really is. Like it's pretty freaking major. Like in retrospect, you know what I mean? Like Activision's more than just Call of Duty. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, when they think about Activision, they think Call of Duty. And Blizzard's more than just World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? You have to think, they do Call of Duty, the Crash Bandicoot series, Guitar Hero. Like they still own the licensing and stuff for Guitar Hero. Tony Hawk. So that remake of Tony Hawk 1 and 2, yeah, they own that. You know what I mean? So Spyro, the Spyro franchise, if they wanted to reboot Skylanders and try to once again get back in that amiibo like thing that they were doing back in the day, they could kick that off. I mentioned World of Warcraft already. StarCraft, they own StarCraft now. Diablo, so your Diablo 1 and 2 remasters, your Diablo 3s, you know what I mean? Like, Activision owns that. Hearthstone, you know what I'm saying? Heroes of the Storm, people love that, you know, Overwatch. And yes, even Candy Crush Saga, the game that a lot of people like to play on their phones, yeah, Activision owns that. Okay? And there's like a slew of games, like, there is a slew of games that freaking people don't even think about when it comes to Activision. You've got like the Blur series. Y'all remember Blur, the racing game? You know what I'm saying, with the unique power-ups and stuff we used to drive. Gun, Shanghai. Like I said, back in the day, they did a lot of the Spider-Man games before Sony actually made Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4. They made your Web of Shadows. They made your Edge of Time. They made your Shattered Dimensions and things of that nature. They did all that. You know, Prototype 1 and 2. They did that. You know, Doom, Quake, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of games that, you know, not only like current franchises right now, but it's franchises they can dive into. Like I said, I mentioned Transformers. They did Transformers Devastation. If I remember correctly, they did Transformers Fall of Cybertron and the other one. So, and not to mention the old retro games, you know what I'm saying? The games that people might love, like Pitfall. You know what I mean? Like those old Activision games. Quake series, you know, I mentioned Ultimate Alliance. They did all the Ultimate Alliance games, you know, and those got remastered for PlayStation and Xbox, but they were delisted. So maybe they can get undelisted now, you know what I mean? The True Crime series. Y'all remember True Crime, don't you? It's Streets of LA and True Crime New York City. Yeah, they did that too. So there's a lot of games, you know, that freaking Activision have had their hands in. Band Hero, Guitar Hero, DJ Hero. Some of that stuff might come back, some of it might not. But, you know, like Earthworm Jim and stuff like that. Yeah, Earthworm Jim. So that's a deep cut. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. You know what I mean? Like, those are deep cuts. And Microsoft now has access to that. And they say they're going to honor their current deals. But remember, Call of Duty is a yearly franchise. And while it's cross-play now, you can play it cross-platform. That shouldn't really affect too much, because pretty much if they decide to go the route of putting Call of Duty on just Xbox and PC, you can play it on PC. You're not locked out like that. But a lot of bro gamers, sorry, but a lot of bro gamers like to play Call of Duty on PlayStation, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, you play your platform for your game, for your friends. You know, I own an Xbox, I own a Switch, and I own a PlayStation, but the PlayStation gets more clout because a lot of my friends are over there on that platform, you know. While this doesn't affect me a lot, you know, like it doesn't really hurt me that much to see Call of Duty be like this. There are some games that, you know, could have a real effect on the ability to interact and play. A lot of these games that are now locked under Microsoft's like key, you know, it affects other platforms. I think it'll be good personally, because then it'll mean Sony would have to go out and maybe actually do what the people want, you know, revive SOCOM, bring us back Resistance, you know, push Killzone, make another one of those, you know what I mean? Like titles to fit the niche, you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily think it's bad. I think it's bad from a consumer standpoint, because let's be real, like third-party publishers, they're the ones really like carrying the games. They're the ones carrying the consoles. You rarely get first-party titles. Like, besides Halo Infinite that dropped last year in 2021, Halo 5 came out in 2015? Maybe? Gears of War 5 came out in 2019, and we haven't seen one since. You know, Killer Instinct for Xbox came out in 2013. The last update was in 2016. Was Season 3? Question mark? 2017? And we haven't seen anything from that. Forza comes out with an iteration almost every year between Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsports. You see what I'm saying? The same thing with Nintendo IPs. Mario games come out like, once every 5 years, some version of it. whether it be like Odyssey came out in 2017 and then they just redid, Super Mario 3D World. Pokemon just got a remaster. They did Sword and Shield 2 years ago, and now they're doing Arceus. So if you take away the market from first-party titles from companies, that's a vast hole that you leave out there for third-party publishers. And Activision just happens to be one of the biggest ones out there. I kind of hate to see it. Like, it's smart. It's smart on Microsoft's end. You know what I mean? They paid like freaking $75 billion. They paid $6 billion over the value. So it's smart on their end. But the problem is when you put everybody under one umbrella, you know what I mean? We don't know. We've never heard complaints really about Microsoft's own working environments and things of that nature. But if you do that, you're not a third party publisher anymore. Now you're first party, which now means if you, let's say you plan to make Call of Duty Xbox exclusive, right? Does that mean you're working on this shooter and Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward are working on this shooter now? Are they getting merged together? Are they working on one title every other year now? Are they going to focus on that more than Halo? Because Halo hasn't been getting the, you know what I'm saying? Like, the multiplayer is good, but people want updates. And I guess kitty ears ain't it. You know what I mean? But then again, they did make Halo free to play, the multiplayer. And that makes me wonder if that's the reason why they did it, because they knew that they were trying to acquire Activision. On the flip side of that is they bought World of Warcraft and Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm and whatnot. You can increase, prize pools for esports. You can do those kind of things. There's an ebb and flow with it, But essentially, you just took one of the big third parties out of the game and you put them in your pocket. When Take-Two bought Zynga, people were like, oh, not a big deal, whatever, bat an eye at that. And when they bought Bethesda, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, so they've got Doom, and they've got Elder Scrolls, people didn't really, and Fallout, people didn't really think too much of it. But buying Activision, man, that's kind of a big deal, like real talk. And think about it like this, right? Microsoft owns Activision. So now they could go back, and if they wanted to, they could throw freaking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on Game Pass. The original, the good one. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could go back and they could do that. They could go deep dive and be like, hey, we're going to relaunch Guitar Hero for everybody who's been sitting there screaming that they want a new one. They could relaunch it for current generation. Guitar Hero 1 and 2. Put it on a pack, because people still own guitars and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So there are definitely reasons to warrant this purchase. But now you think of the gaming aspect of it, and who do we have left for third party? There's Take-Two Interactive, there's EA, Square Enix, Capcom, Konami. Like, outside of that, off the top of my head, like, what do you really have left? So I'm curious to see where this is going to go. I'm curious to see how they proceed in the future. I'm curious to see how this particular topic is handled. I'm really, really interested to see how Sony responds, because again, they pretty much bought Sony's net worth in freaking Activision with a blink of an eye, And if they make these titles freaking exclusive to PC and Xbox, that make you want to go buy a Series S or an X now. These are decisions that, people are going to have to make, especially if they never really supported the platform. What do you guys think? You think that they shouldn't have bought? Do you think that, well, they're going to buy it, but do you think that you're going to support the platform now? Do you have an Xbox? Are you an Xbox fan? Is this good news for you? You know what I mean? Does it make you feel indifferent? Does it make you nervous for the future of the video game industry? Whereas, do you think that everybody's going to buy their own pieces and stick them in their pocket for their own uses? Let me know in the comments below. I'm MikeOfAllTrades. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and turn those notifications on the way out. And if you really like the content, feel free to hit that join button. You get emotes, badges, and supports the channel even more. Thanks.